All right, welcome back, COSA 25 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. Coming up in this video, I want to talk to you about the game plan for week 2, which is already open and available to you. But first, I have some housekeeping items to go over, starting with the Canvas course chat. I will be there later this morning from 9 a.m. until noon Pacific time to take questions, so feel free to drop into the chat. Again, 9 a.m. until noon. If you want to message me privately, you can do that through the Canvas inbox, and I will be more likely to respond to you right away during my student office hours. And with that, let's go ahead and recap our first week together. So here we are in Canvas. Here is our class site. Check out this announcement related to Data Day 2025 at Cal State Long Beach if you are in data analytics or if you have an interest in data science. And again, let's recap our first week. You do have 2 assignments. Hopefully you've had a chance to settle in by now. This training sim for Access Chapter 1 is due this coming Monday, March 10th, and it is a participation requirement of everyone in the class. And again, it is a participation requirement. Please be mindful of the fact that there is an active wait list for this class, and I have admitted some students over capacity. If you don't turn in this training sim on time, regardless of reasons, I'm going to assume that you're no longer interested, and unfortunately, I will drop you so that I can make room for others who are patiently waiting on the wait list. So if you want to stay in this class, you need to make sure that you are showing up in Canvas and completing the assigned material. So again, this Chapter 1 training sim, or what's called a sim book, is due on Monday, March 10th. And it's pretty straightforward, or at least I hope it is. Your goal here is to fill this progress meter all the way to 100%. So for example, let's take a look at 1-2 here. Now, as you go through the reading, you're going to see your tasks. So let's jump into this one. I've gone over how the training sim works in my first week's video, but let's go ahead and knock this one out. Create a new blank database named PPA1-2. Now, if you're not sure what to do, you can always show hint. And if you need more help, you do have show me, where you can watch the video and guide me, where it gives you step-by-step instructions. All right, so let's go ahead and create that new blank database. And again, it is PPA1-2. Again, you want to double check your typing, look at the instructions carefully. And what's nice about this is that you can keep on practicing. So if you make a mistake, you can keep practicing with these training sims. But again, your goal here is to complete all of the tasks on time and fill that progress meter to 100%. So as you can see, I'm 10% complete, 2 out of 20. So there's 20 tasks in total. Wherever it says none, you can safely ignore. All right, you also have guided project 1-2. Now, I put together a walkthrough video for you right here, so you can see how this project works from start to finish. As you go through guided project 1-2, take notes of the hints they give you, because you will need these hints in order to complete your 2 independent projects. And that's where week 2 comes in. We're still on chapter 1 when it comes to creating a database and tables. Remember that there are 4 objects in an Access database. You have your tables, which are really the heart of your database, and then from there, you can ask questions about your data through queries, and you can also generate forms and reports. So you have tables, forms, queries, and reports. We're still focused on tables because, again, I want to make sure that you really understand the concepts when it comes to creating tables in an Access database. So you have 2 independent projects for week 2, 1-4 and 1-5. Very similar to the guided project, except this time they don't give you hints. So take the hints given to you For example, where do you go to click a table? You go in the Create tab, Tables group, and click on Table. They don't tell you this in the independent project. You're expected to know this. So this is 1-4 and this is 1-5. Just like with the guided project, you have 3 attempts with your 2 independent projects, and it is the best of 3. Now, one last thing. You have the success check-in discussion thread here in week 2. As you get closer to the end of week 2, especially if you're on that 14-day courtesy access, chances are that courtesy access is going to run out, and I'm going to expect you to pay for access to SimNet. What I want you to do in the success check-in is just confirm access to the materials, and by doing so, you will unlock week 3 when Monday, March 17th rolls around. Now, if Monday, March 17th rolls around and week 3 is still grayed out, it means that you didn't check in with me and you're going to have to go back and visit the forum. The forum is going to close on Sunday, March 16th, so you have until Sunday, March 16th to check in with me and let me know that you have access to the materials. I've shown this to you before. If you go to McGraw-Hill SimNet and you click on your name and go to the products tab, I've shown this to you in the week 1 video, but let's revisit this. The easiest way to pay for access to SimNet is to buy directly online. For COSA 25, that is $64 plus tax. Okay, you can buy directly online and be done with it. You don't have to worry about access codes or whatnot. Or you can go to the LBCC bookstore. And by the way, if you go to the class schedule, what's nice about the class schedule here is that they actually give you a direct link to the bookstore. So let me do a quick search here for COSA 25, and I just want to show you this. So here's COSA 25, and here's our class, right? And if you go to materials, here is a direct link to the LBCC bookstore. So you have an option to get an access card through the LBCC bookstore, as you can see here, or you can pay directly in SimNet. But remember though, if you're on that 14-day courtesy access, it's going to run out at some point, and you're going to have to pay for access to SimNet. So if you cannot buy at this time, use that 14-day courtesy access. Make sure you get caught up on your first 2 weeks, and then that way, by the time week 3 rolls around, you'll be ready then. Couple of resources I want to share with you before I end this video. If you want to go beyond SimNet, you have gcflearnfree.org, and you can check out a whole bunch of topics, including Microsoft Access. So if you feel like you need to go beyond the materials in this class, you do have that available to you. You have the COS tech support, and if you want to get to these pages, you can do that by clicking on the links on the second page of the syllabus or going here to campus resources. Again, COS Computer Labs in M229 and AA206, especially if you don't have access to a Windows PC at home. If you scroll further down, you can reach out to our instructional assistants. If you need to get help with using LBCC technology, whether it's your Viking portal or installing Microsoft 365 for free, you can reach out to these folks. And speaking of Microsoft 365, if you're working from home, you do need to have a Windows PC with Microsoft 365 installed, and that should include Microsoft Access. So here's how to do it. If you go into your Viking portal and you click on Microsoft 365, you could also visit office.com, but as you can see here, the web address is going to change to this from office.com. So again, Viking portal, click on Microsoft 365. You should see install and more. Install Microsoft 365 apps, and then from there, install Office. It's going to download the installer. Follow the instructions to complete installation. So if you need assistance with all of that, you can reach out to the Student Tech Help Desk. And then lastly, because this is an online asynchronous class, be sure to read through these resources, especially if you have never taken an online class before. And with that, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week. Let's make sure that we are getting settled in. We've completed Access Chapter 1 training. We started on that guided Project 1-2. Good luck with your independent projects. Remember, you do get 3 attempts on each project. I will see you in the Canvas course chat. And if not, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you around.